The more time I spend on this planet, the more I become increasingly convinced that this is some type of Twilight Zone dimension or something like that. This is Brian Fritz of Network 126. Yeah, I had to dedicate an entire live stream slash video, whatever you want to call it, just to this one comment alone, at least. Because this one kind of caught me off guard from Clementine, or Clementine, kind of, yeah, confusing word name there. But anyway, I was kind of surprised there because this was coming from someone who I specifically remember calling out in a previous live stream as someone who seemed to understand some stuff. So for this to come from Clementine, it was kind of shocking. So it goes, nobody said you should own nothing, dude. But everyone told you to downsize it so you can afford to keep some of your stuff. That's a big difference. But, I mean, I'm not arguing so much with that, but here's where it gets interesting. And 20 blue shirts? Damn, dude, I don't even have 20 shirts total. That's just a waste of money and space, dude. Snap out of it, man. Oh, wait, what? Snap out of it? Hold on. Like, as I already replied in that comment thread, but I'm going to reply again in this video format. You're basically treating me doing what I simply got to do to survive in my day-to-day life. I mean, I use those shirts for work. Okay? I mean, I don't know if you know this. I don't know if you have, your own, washer and dryer machine. If you live in a house, if you have your own washer and dryer machine. I don't know if you know about, laundromats. They're not exactly cheap anymore. They add up. And if you only own like 2 or 3 shirts, and I'm working 6 days a week, I mean, I don't have the time or the energy or the money to be making all these damn laundromat trips. In fact, I'm thinking of even getting more shirts. The ones you see hanging, by the way, next to me in that little video clip that's looping over and over again, that's not that. There was like a couple more at least off to the side, and then like I already wore one, and like I don't know, I forget even how much there are exactly, but it's like a little bit under 20. I think there was like 16 or 17 of them total. But anyway, I mean, so the fuck what? So I got a bunch of blue shirts. I'm wearing a black shirt because I ran out of clean blue shirts. I gotta go wash the blue shirts. And like I said, I can't be affording not just the money, but the time and the energy from being tired from working 6 days a week to be making all these frequent laundromat trips. That's fucking ridiculous. So I just thought I'd point that out, and I just couldn't believe that I was reading that, and especially from Clementine. And then Koopy Cat even chimed in, 20 blue shirts. I was wondering how many he had. I don't think I own 20 shirts either. Well, damn, way to make me feel like shit. Way to gang up on me and make me feel like shit. Damn. And then my friendly pup had to jump in too. You wore blue shirts way before this job came along. Yeah, so the fuck what? Yeah, so I like blue shirts, and so the fuck what? And they were cheap. I got them at like less than a couple bucks a piece, most of them. Or some of them were like no more than $5, like 4 something. I mean, come the fuck on. Like in the long run, that's cheaper than making multiple fucking laundromat trips. I mean, come on. And then the like not just the money to put in the machines, and in case maybe some of you guys like haven't been into a laundromat since like the 60s or the 70s or the 80s or 90s even. For those of you, I don't know if you probably haven't noticed, obviously, since you haven't been, but Washing machines don't cost 50 cents or 75 cents anymore, or a nickel. That they've gone up considerably since then, especially at some locations. So it's not financially feasible to just own like one or two or three shirts total and just be constantly going to the laundromat back to back to back to back while I'm working 6 days a week. That just doesn't make any fucking sense. I mean, at this point, like, do you want me to, like, do I have like too many gallons of drinking water, too many cans of emergency shit hits the fan food, basically, as I should call it. I mean, like how I grew up, and side note, and actually how I grew up I think is going to be a whole nother video, but this is just kind of a side note to that. You know, I come from an upbringing of, in the garage, it was just a single car garage, but it was a garage, we had a home, and we had this, it basically looked like a pirate's treasure chest, but it wasn't full of gold. Well, depending on the situation, it could be considered a chest full of gold because it was full of canned food, just nothing but canned food. And I was told from a very young age, shit hits the fan, basically. I mean, they don't use those words, but when I'm a little kid, not using profanity or anything, but, just saying if there was an emergency, a fire or whatever that's like engulfing the neighborhood or something, or just whatever, earthquake, like a big giant earthquake and the houses like collapsed or whatever. Basically, the procedure would be to grab that big old chest and throw it in the trunk and go. So anyway, I mean, the thing is, because I can already hear this coming. I didn't even think of this until just now. I'm gonna get slammed and criticized left and right for spending all that money on all that canned food. Well, I'm gonna tell you something. A lot of it, I would say, like at least like 80-90% of it, the stuff I bought on my own was like the better stuff, like the ravioli and stuff in cans, and it was like some of that like was on food stamps. But anyway, a lot of it came from just donations, charities that they would just drop it off. Like I would open the door of the RV and there would be just food right there, and just like some canned food, some like sanitation stuff, some like hand sanitizer, gloves, maybe like a few masks in a little Ziploc bag or something like that. They're like little care packages or something like that. Sometimes they throw in a roll of toilet paper, just like any little stuff like that. And sometimes they would include a gallon of brand new drinking water, like the stuff I buy already. So that saves me money and time and all that right there, having to go buy another one of those. So they were nice. So all those canned foods I've been just stocking away, and they've been leaving a lot of them. Like almost every day or every other day, I would open the door, come back from Ubering or whatever at the time, or when I started working at my other job, and that's when I would find another care package or whatever they call it on at my doorstep. So it's another like 5, 6, 7 cans each time. So that's how a lot of them accumulated. And criticize me if you will, I mean, I'm just holding these in the RV. I'm not holding them in storage and paying for that. But I'm just saying, a little tidbit of my upbringing and the whole mentality and thinking of stuff, because you never know. We're literally, as many would say, even the experts, that we're either on the verge of another recession or entering one, or some would even say depression. So you just never know. And with all the things going on, you can watch all these news clips. You don't even have to own a TV anymore. You can watch all these news clips from around the world, not even just your own local news, and you just get a broader perspective of everything. And there's a lot of shit going on right now, guys. It wasn't just COVID. That there's just the whole Russia and Ukraine thing. Biden making a fool of himself and going to the Middle East and trying, to bargain for more and cheaper oil, and basically failing as far as I've heard, and his ratings have been plummeting, and his presidency is just seemingly an utter joke, which could be another whole video in and of itself, but I'm not even going to digress into that right now. But, or I should have said, further digress into right now. So I just thought I'd make that point about what the fuck. Too many blue shirts. I mean, come on. Should I get rid of my jugs of water, my toothpaste, my toothbrush, my pine saw here that I use for laundry sometimes for like stuff that's like extra soiled, whatever? I mean, what the fuck? Like, you all expect me to just have nothing, live on nothing, own nothing, and be happy. And I just don't understand this mentality. Oh, here's an example of one of the stuff that I got for free. One of my canned foods that I'm just holding on to just for basic like survival purposes now at this point. It's good now that, that they make a lot of these with these little open tabs, so you don't even need a can opener, though I do have uh, like a couple can openers that they've actually included in those care packages as well. They include them every now and then just to make sure that you have one, so that you're not stuck with all this canned food and you're starving and you're over here like stabbing at the damn can out of desperation with a knife. That they think of little things like that. It's amazing. So just thought I'd throw that out there. I don't own too many blue shirts. In fact, if I can find them on sale for like $1 or $2 a piece, I'm gonna snag up a few more if I can, so I can go even longer without having to go to the damn laundromat. And then maybe even another pair of jeans, so I can wear one pair of jeans one week, or maybe a little over a week, and then another pair of jeans for the next. While I'm wearing out all those shirts. It's all about saving money and all the time and energy and the trips, the gas. You gotta place yourself in my shoes for like a few minutes. I guess maybe 2 minutes isn't enough, as I keep repeating all over the comments. Just place yourself in my shoes for 2 fucking minutes. Well, I guess that wasn't long enough, as I was saying. Maybe you need 5 minutes, maybe you need 10 minutes, maybe you need 24 hours, 48 hours, a week, 5, 6 months, 3 years. I don't know. Until some of you slow ones in the back finally begin to understand what it's like living as I do. Why is the chat unavailable? Huh, that's interesting. Alright guys, I don't even know if this is still going, but I do have a backup copy going to the hard drive right now. I'm now recording backup copies of these live streams, so if there's any errors, anything that affected the viewing of this live stream in its entirety, it will be available once again once I review and re-upload. So I think I'm going to just wrap this up now because I don't even know what's going on anymore. Leave your comments down below, rate, comment, subscribe. Please donate if you can. Thank you very much. And if you already have, again, thank you. And I will see you all next time.